and like this. Therefore, they imagine travelers who want to brew himself some tea. The making of the tea involves many different elements. The pot, the water, the wood, the fire, and so on, so on, so on. And even inside missing one, tea, if cannot, maybe traveler says like, okay, let's to stop. Let's make the tea. Say, okay, to make tea. And then it's like, please bring the tea, water, please fire, please we need to create some stuff. And then it's like, if there's something is missing, 100% is problems. Like, this kind of, once we are traveling to different one place to others, in the middle there, we say, oh, we now need to make tea to stop there while rest. We need to make delicious tea. Everybody's collected to create the stuff, collect the firewood, and someone's bring the water and the content put on the stove. It's like 3 stones. And now please to make the fires, nobody's carry the matches. There's like impossible to make matches. And then, everybody's desperate. Then it's like the water, cold water, and tsamba a little bit mixed, and they ate it. And then they couldn't get tea. They just wood still lived there. And this kind of happened. Even with small to make the teas, of course there's a pot, or the water, wood, one is the missing, and then we cannot to make the tea. And a small list, like a single small list to need to make something good things, how much we need different conditions. And he says, that of this, just light the fire alone is the impossible without the flint or the steel. And also, even that we can to look in, this is Tibetans like impossible without the flighter and the steel and some tenders. Tender is like a kind of, in Tibetan, is matches, okay? And a very strong piece of the stones. And top of there is the piece of the grass. And then there's a piece of the iron. Iron is a very special iron. Then you do like this, and sparkle is coming, and then there's a fire coming. All this is like there is a flight, steel, some is like tenders. The travelers of the handed to so forth, they need to all of them. If the inside this piece of the grass is missing, cannot to make. And if there's missing this piece of the iron, and also cannot make fire. Like one single object you need to make like this, how much is we need? Even the matches and like a candle, how much we need, there is some different conditions. This is kind of the example. And this, therefore, when we are like doing some important things on the human existence, and first times based human existence, how it is the good qualities. And also is the how many aspects of the qualities in the human bodies. Everything we understand, then we can to start appreciate like this. And even we don't practice Dharma, but we can make happy, make a party, to be rejoicing our own self. If just on thinking is missing it, and the tender, for the instance, tender this grass, like is like a tinder or tinder. You say tinder, yes? Tinder. Tinder is like a piece of the grass. You can't do it in Tibet. Often I did to collect, and then it's like charcoals. Like the best is like a wood charcoal. You mix it together, and then it's very easily to get the fire. This is the tinder's instance. Then is the fact that the travelers has everything else he needed is of no hours whatsoever. Even that these travelers is like necessary. One is missing. How much is the dangers? We are doing something ultimate goal. We are thinking about the benefit of the both ourselves and other sentient beings, and we are doing such profound activities and beneficial activities. And when we do like this, of course, we need and things. Use what? And he simply does not have what is the take to make tea. Inside one is missing. This traveler's persons. He cannot do that. Make the tea. Even like this, in ourselves, we something do important things. Of course, we need everything. In the same way, if even one element of the freedom's advantages is missing, there is no chance at all of the practicing the true Dharma. It's truthfully to practice Dharma, and it's like something problems. Of course, it's first 8 freedoms. Absolutely, obviously, we understand that we are not reborn in the hell, hungry ghosts, animals. We are not born in the long life God, or so on. This 8, but the last, it is like these 16 freedoms. That is the particularly we can to say the circumstance, like how to say, it's like intrusive, and also circumstances of the propensities. They are like easily coming across to us, to easily to make the problems, and there is obviously, and they're often to analyze how it is. It is good, I have everything. If once is coming across to make obstacles, then it's difficult to practice authentic, genuinely, I would to say, to practice the Dharma is difficult. Then it's like this, like kind of make a problem. If you check your own mind carefully, you will see that even the basic 8 freedoms, 8 freedoms and 10 advantages are very difficult to obtain. That to have all 10 advantages is even rare. Then to have all right 8 freedoms. And also it's like from the 8 freedoms, of course it is very important, but more is difficult to get these 10 advantages, like the 5 ourselves and 5 according to the others. And these things is like we need to more and to check. And someone born as the human, with all his faculties intact and in essential regions, but who become involved in the lifestyle conflicting with the Dharma, and who has no faith in the concrete teaching, only has like 3 of the advantages. If there is like kind of the missing, and if it's 1 or 2 is problems, then it's like there's nothing, just 3. 2 is like missing. Then is the way he too obtain either of the 2 others, we would still only have 4. 2 is the missing, then there left there is like kind of the 4. And the 4 is completely is difficult to practice in like the kind of Dharma. And then is the how to have a lifestyle which does not conflict at all with the Dharma is extremely hard. And also this is the truth. Like beginning or inherently, I would say it's like when we born in some strange the systems, or it's strange like follow the strange like the how do you say system or the like cultures, and then it's a little bit life is like a conflicting, and lifestyle is like conflicted with the Dharma, and extreme like hard, and lifestyle is according the Dharma. And maybe we need reborn in the good family, maybe father or mother, someone's to have idea of the maybe Buddha, the interest to the Dharma teachings, or maybe friend or something. There's many different conditions. It is like to bring into our part of the Dharma, and to make a voice like lifestyle conflict against the Dharma, and to bring into the Dharmas, really quoting the Dharmas. This is very extremely hard. If any of the person's thoughts, word and deed are the negative, his motive are for this life, then in fact, even if it has the reputation of the good and learned men, and then it's like its lifestyle is the conflicting with the Dharma. And of course, if someone is like a way of the thinking, mind, and saying word, speech, and the deeds is the activities, all of are is like completely negative. And like his motives, and like a kind of the motivation is only this life for the food, clothes, fame, and like a kind of the title and the power, only the constant this life. And then is this factor, even he has the reputation of the good and learned man, maybe it looks like, and like a kind of the hypocritical way. It is the reputation of the looks like good reputation, looks like or like kind of learned, but reality is the lifestyle, is the conflict with the Dharma. And therefore, really to serious to practice Dharma, we need to check our like kind of the human qualities. The same applies to the 5 circumstantial advantages and according to others. If a Buddha has come, has taught the Dharma, and the teaching still existence, yet a person has not entered to the Dharma, that person has only 3 of those advantages, because there's others completely missing. And then it's like if we are not enter into the Dharma, then it's like even the Buddhas appear, even the Buddhas taught, and then which kind of for us benefit? Like these examples, for like a blank person's perspective, sun is shine or not shine, what is to make the difference for this blind person? And here again, entry to the Dharma does not simply mean asking for some teaching and being given it. And like a kind of it's like someone's enter into the Dharma, okay, to really enter into Dharma, try to give education yourself about the Dharma, listen teaching, but kind of, okay, today I'm like free timers, today my feelings, okay, maybe I will go to there, listen and to practice. And also it's like, I don't know, I receive a lot of teaching and I think it's like kind of enough. Like simply this kind of asking for the some teachings and the being given it, like kind of not really serious to undertake Dharma activities. And this kind of is not much the result, Then it's like how we can to enter into the Dharma's path, how we can to enter into the teaching of the Buddha's teachings. The starting point of the path of the liberation is the conviction that the whole of the samsaras, and when we enter into the Dharma City, and we need to conviction, or like a kind of the renunciation, determined mind, free from the samsaras. Now I need to really want to make free from the samsara in this single life. All the samsaras, wherever I go, is suffering, uncomfortable. I go to on the bottom of the hell, or the top of the God realms. Wherever I go to in the samsara, there are such and sufferings. I want to make liberation for myself, and like this means like liberate myself and benefit for the sentient beings. And meaningless and the genuine determination to be free from it is a genuine renunciation. And also it's like uncontaminated determined, like determination to be free of this kind of the feeling, aspiration, enthusiastic to be free from the samsara. And if we have this enthusiastic, there may be interest to practice Dharma, and also it's like avoid negative things easy, to adopt the positive actions very easy. And maybe we can to stop 5 minutes.